do. What is happening? Happy Thursday. The four of us are back. Looking forward to this one, guys. How you all been? All right? Good?
Busy but good. Busy but good.
It's good my day's a lot better than Peter. A lot better than Peter's.
But I'm excited to be back tonight just talking comics and nerdy stuff with you guys. It's one of my favourite. I look forward to this night. So looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah, I've been massively looking forward to this. I've been literally on health and safety courses and security courses and everything this week. So it's good to sit at a laptop for another 2 hours and talk about comics. At least there's no exam at the end of this, which is pretty good. So, but at least we're all doing well. So
you say that. We put a little bit of something together for you at the end of the show.
Surprise!
It's multiple choice.
Yeah, and that my choice was see you later. Not happening. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a good one. We got 2 comics, which was pretty good to read. So yeah, let's. But has everyone had a good week so far? Has everyone read loads of comics? Everyone done loads of stuff, productive stuff? Has it been a productive week, everyone?
It's been a busy work week, that's for sure.
Yeah. I've been productive, yeah, definitely.
I do have to say we're gonna say something at the end, but I've just got to give a massive shout out to Andy. When we talk about productivity for the Killer Comic Show, he goes above and beyond, and he like literally just surprises us sometimes. So for the past 3 or 4 weeks, he's been working on something. So yeah, we'll talk about it at the end of the show. But yeah, productivity goes hand in hand with Perpetual Comics at the moment.
Is this the new calendar?
Oh,
it's God, the new, no. Yes, it's the new.
Peter, that's the other project we're not supposed to talk about.
Only Jock calendar.
I was trying to think of something that rhymed with killers in calendar, but then I thought, no, killer corn, no, it's not cool.
But let's start as we mean to go on. So we've done our housekeeping, we've said hello, and then as usual, this show is nothing without the chat. So up first we have DVH. As always, hope you received your parcel from James, you lucky son of a spiral dimensioner that you won last week. We've got Up Ducks. Good evening, Dan, and congratulations on your 4 CGCs you received back. They were pretty good. I'm liking the new CGC black logo at the top. That's pretty good. Yeah, we've got cool. Dead Man. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for joining. Chris Bell. Greetings. My stupid dog ate a hole in my carpet today. It was my fault, of course. I made the mistake of not carrying him around the house like a purse, as my wife would have done. Silly me. Chris, when will you learn? There's a box in the corner of the room for the reason, and if Fuzzy isn't taking it up, it's for the dog. Okay. We've got Ed Vick. Oi, oi. I assume he is back from Ibiza. He was out sunning himself last week. As us lot were here working, and I was buying train tickets for Thought Bubble. So they're all purchased. So Ed, you will be happy to know that this year, when we're coming back from Thought Bubble, we won't be sitting in a clustered, sweaty 6-hour coach journey trying to eat Greggs. We will have air-conditioned train and seats.
Who's Greg?
Greg is he's the guy that we took hostage from the coach station last year. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking much forward to that. We have Yuko Demands treats every single week. Good evening, killers. Good evening to you. And we have our long lost friend from across the hall. It's Copy 801. Happy Freedom Day, you bloody wankers. Always a pleasure to have you here. I'm slightly gonna there we go. Yeah, half kidding. What up? I'm just trying to ban you, but it's not working. So you'll have to stay. You'll have to stay, mate. Half kidding. What up, gents? Good evening, sir. Martin Simcox. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining. And we have. That's it. Been a while doing college work. I'll have you on in the background. Thank you very much for joining us. So yes, it's been a good week. Good week.
Charlie, I was going to say, Dead Man, who's in the chat, has a YouTube channel that I believe he's just started up.
Nice.
And he's put up some videos. So if you get the chance, go and check out Dead Man's YouTube video.
Great little room tour. Great little room tour.
During the show, we'll just drop in his YouTube channel. And everyone can sub
also, just whilst we're on the promotion side of things, Von Hoot is starting a live regular Saturday night show at 10 o'clock. Court of Mowls, I think it's called. So check that out.
Great name. Great.
That will be turning heads. That one. That will be a head turner. There we go.
Yes, I like that. I'm here for that kind of joke.
I love it. Do you know what? I absolutely love it. So yeah, that'd be great. So yes, massive shout out to both of you for starting YouTube channels and doing what you do best. So without further ado, we do the same thing every week. What we did differently this week though is because we had the Killer Comic Show covers, but what we've done, we'll do the vote as always on YouTube, but we've also done it on a community tab vote as well. So we'll see how it plays out. Now it's up to you. Should we do the vote, or should we just leave it to the community tab and then just read out the winners of that at the end? It's totally up to you. Totally up to you guys. What do you reckon?
Do both and see what happens.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let me just try and sort that out. So
but then we've got to work out the percentages. Is anyone good at maths here? Oh yeah, Andy's good at maths.
Andy's good at maths. Right. So what we'll do, let me just launch it.
Does that mean Andy wins because he's good at maths?
No. Right, what we're going to do, so start poll. So we will go, right, we've got Andy, we've got Peter, we've got Tom, and we have me. Right,
it's just more opportunity for my bots.
Yes, it is.
You love a good bot.
We don't talk about bots no more. The best thing about Bot Club is you don't talk about Bot Club.
Yes.
Andy, I'm looking at your chestage. What t-shirt have you got on?
Oh, it's a Deadpool t-shirt.
It's Deadpool. All right.
Did you think it was Thundercats?
I did for a second. I thought, oh, Andy's cool, but no, it's Deadpool.
Talking about Thundercats.
Oh,
yeah. Shots fired right at the start of the show.
What an absolute banger that is. Tom, can I just ask you to do one thing? If you can go on YouTube and just get up the community tab, just so we can keep eyes on that, and then we can refer back to that at the end. So as we say every single week, Killer Covers, July 3rd, which is New Comic Book Day yesterday. As always, 4 covers are picked, 1 winner of absolutely jack shit. It's the taking part that counts. Up first, Andy. We missed you last week, by the way, mate.
He didn't. Don't lie. I watched the rewinds. Oh, Andy's bots have won the competition. Whatever. Listen, Spider-Man Reign 2, issue number 1, the fantastic Scotty Young. We've said before that, there's been a lot of Scotty Young books, that especially over the last sort of 2 or 3 months, but this really jumped out at me, and I just thought this was funny. It was kind of cute, and it had Spider-Man on it, and it was Scotty Young, so it ticked all the boxes for me. It was just a little bit different from what we're used to, and I really like it. It's definitely one that I've got on order, so I was interested to see what the chat thought and what you guys thought.
I do like it. I think, as you mentioned, I think where we had the Uncle Scrooge cover that he did a couple of weeks ago, and people were like, it's not really Scotty Young. Scotty Young's known for this. This is what he's best known for. It's like Big Little Marvels and stuff like that. People have tried, they don't really work. He does it best. This cover for me is great, and I also like the one that he's got coming out on Slag Crusaders for this week with the Spider-Man, and he's on.
Yeah, that's cool.
I really like the way he does Spider-Man, and I really like the way of this. I'm not sure though. The only thing, and you're not going to like this now, the only thing that I'm not sure about is the bird shit on the top of his head.
Nice.
It looks like I know it's rain, but it looks like bird shit. And now I've said that, I can't see it. It's just a giant crow from Peter's. What was that, Ganto Man, or whatever? One of them flying over and just shitting on Spider-Man.
I can't unsee that now.
But other than that, yeah, I think it's a great cover.
Thanks, Charlie. Peter.
Sorry, mate.
I mean, yeah, for what it is, I like it. It's a fun little image. I love the Zimmer frame and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not a massive Scotty Young fan, if I'm honest. I think I'm Scotty Younged out a little bit. But this, out of all the ones he's done, I think this is one of my favourites that I've seen recently. I just think it's funny. It's cute, isn't it?
Liar. Tom?
It's cute. It's cute. I actually really like it. I think it's quite a nice Scotty Young cover. I don't know if it's one of his best works though. But now that Charlie's mentioned the bird shit on his head, I can't unsee that, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Vote for the bird shit.
Yeah.
Vote for the bird shit.
Scotty Young poop. There we go. So that's yours. Then we've got Peter.
Now, I know this is not going to win any awards. Do you know what it is? But I just liked the look of it. I thought it looked very cool. It intrigued us. Bit of werewolf action going on there. I thought the moon shattered and exploding in the background looked cool. I love a nice big open mouth. I just think he looks very, very cool. I love the splash of orange behind him, the flames or whatever it is. Yeah, just something a bit different. I get sick of picking the same kind of stuff, so for me this was a bit different for us. So yeah, quite liked it. And I don't mind the trade dress on this actually. It's one of those one occasion. It would still look better as a virgin, I think, but it was one of those occasions where actually that doesn't look too bad.
This might be my favourite book of the four this week, Peter, because I love books that I don't recognise the artist of, because it makes me go and do a bit of diving into IG. And David Paratore's work, my goodness, is absolutely off the scale.
Right.
If the chat and the Rewind gets a chance to have a look after the show, have a look at David's IG. It's phenomenal. His stuff is great. And this book probably doesn't do his work justice because of all the, the trade dress and all the rest of it. Yeah. Superb stuff. So yeah, this is my pick for this week, Peter. So awesome.
No, I like that when we pick covers that might not win, but then I think 3 or 4 weeks in a row we've kind of picked stuff and then we've gone onto Instagram and checked out the artist.
Yeah.
I did exactly this. I was like, I've never heard of him before. At first, when you put David Paratore, I thought it was Dave Paposa. So I kind of went on that and I was like, oh, look, some of the stuff he's done has gone so under the radar. You just think, where has he been hiding and why has he not done stuff that we've noticed before? Yeah. Like, it's awesome. Like, I love this. So yeah, nice one, Pete. Tom?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's awesome. I think as a standard cover A, you rarely get a cover A that you're going to be like, oh, that's cool. We'll put that in the covers with this week. So that I'm really pleased that you picked cover A and just like a standard off the shelf book. Yeah, it's cool. It's not going to cost you a fortune to get. It's a lovely little art piece. And like Andy said, the best thing about doing these killer comics, apart from like winning, is being able to kind of look at these artists and go and have a look at their kind of stuff they've got on IG. And absolutely amazing artist. Reminds me of a very kind of young Delotto style work when Delotto was doing stuff that was like horror based. So really cool.
Yeah. Do you know what? Now they're talking about the arm. Has anyone seen that episode of Family Guy where Quagmire finds internet porn?
That was as London as you again. Family Guy.
If you haven't, just head over to YouTube afterwards and put in Family Guy Quagmire. Right, and you'll see this, right? So Quagmire finds out about internet porn and he comes out with this massive arm that he's been hiding for about 3 or 4 weeks. So if you do anything tonight, just head over and check that out. Andy is quite kindly.
Make sure you spell that correctly, boys and girls.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, there's his Instagram account. Check it out. There's some really, really good stuff on there. But yeah, I like that one. Really, really good. Tom?
Yeah, so I've gone for. We spoke about Sue Lee last week. She's the writer and artist for Thundercats Chitara. Actually, she's just a writer for Thundercats Chitara. But she's done this amazing cover. So there's a 1 in 25, which has got a trade dress. There's the 1 in 50, which is this one, and then there's a 1 in 100, which is a foil version of this exact one. I just thought it was different. It's not something I'd kind of seen that kind of style before. Actually, I suppose it's a little bit like can't remember the name of his name now. But yeah, no, I really kind of like this gritty kind of style. I liked the flames around her to kind of represent speed and the fact that she's been running through the forest, sort of thing. So yeah, it kind of caught my eye, and I thought this would be a great book. If you saw it on the shelf, there'd be one that you would definitely go to have a look at for sure. Which is why I pick books particularly. If I'd see them on the shelf, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going for that one. What do you guys think?
I've got to agree with you on that. I think the only thing I think is a bit toned down. I think if this was for a 1 in 50, I'd expect something a bit like a foil, for instance. And I think if I see this on the shelf, I'd probably walk past it because I wouldn't know who it is other than obviously looking at the hair and stuff. But I'd be like, oh, whatever. But I think
the 1 in 50 is a foil. It's the 1 in 100 metal foil.
That's the one. Yeah. And I think with this as a foil, you look at it and be like, oh, hello. But obviously, it's a foil, but I think it just looks a bit toned down for me. And obviously, this is the image on it. But I think if this was just a normal cover, I'd be like, really? Do you know what? I'm so like, I don't know. I'm so
skeptical.
No, it's not spectacle. I'm just so superstitious now about reading Thundercats because I'm like, it's going to be shit. Like literally, it's going to be shit. So hopefully, this might be pretty good. But it's a great cover though. It reminds me of a bit of not David Mack, but it's got kind of like a David Mack kind of feel to it. But yeah, I quite like it. Nice one.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Again, this was another one where I didn't recognize the cover artist, and went digging into Instagram, and I put the Instagram handle in the chat. This reminds I can normally tell why Tom would pick these sorts of covers because I see G. Scott Campbell in this a lot, and it's kind of a mix between G. Scott Campbell and Peach Momoko. So that's the feels that I get for this. I think this is great. Whether it's a 1 in 50, I'm not entirely sure, but if you do anything, just go check out Sue's other work. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm trying to remember the artist that it reminds me of, and I'll have a quick deep dive. But yeah, Peter, go on. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Everything you just said, I really like this. I'm a big, as you know, up until the recent series, I was a big Thundercats fan. So passing this by on the shelf, it would intrigue us, and I like the fact that it's not a dynamic cover. It's like she's looking straight out at you. Do you know what I mean? I quite like that. I agree with some of the chat comments that I think the flames, the blue flames, would look spectacular through a foil. But yeah, I do like it. I like it a lot.
But my only concern with this now that I look at it is her back leg, as it were. It feels strange that it's completely blacked out, and once you see it, I can't stop looking at it. It almost feels as if there should have been some sort of detail, and it wouldn't just all be black. You know what I mean?
Do you know what, Tom? Right, looking at this now, I think is a recent Poison Ivy cover that she's kind of doing a similar pose, and there's the Poison Ivy and the reeds and stuff for everything coming up, and I think that's kind of why it didn't really pique my interest. Because I was like, I swear I've seen this before.
So I realised who she reminds me of art-wise. It's Jay Lee.
I was thinking,
Jay Lee, the art. He's the guy. I was just looking, and I realised that I've seen something similar like this before, and it's because it's on a Maleficent cover. It's basically similar. He's done one of this on Maleficent, but she wrote Maleficent. So Lee. So this actually could be a bit of a homage to him. In all fairness.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
That's interesting.
It is a nice cover. It is a nice cover.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for, you know what I said? I said one time it's going to stick. Like if you throw John Jiang against a wall, one time it will stick. And do you know what? He comes back every time we pick a cover. He comes back and says, "Thanks, you guys rock and stuff." Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 22, big time collectible, John Jiang Virgin variant. I'm really loving his work at the moment. Like every single time I pick a cover, I'm kind of just instantly drawn to John Jiang. It's just for me, and I've said it time and time again, it's the way that you look at it and you think you're looking at it through the 3D glasses, like the old school red and green glasses when you look at it. And for him to get that 3D effect, I just think it's great. And but it wouldn't make me want to read a Spider-Man comic, I'm afraid, because the Spider-Man comics are just utter trash at the moment, other than Ultimate Spider-Man. But yeah, I like this one.
Is this one linked? Do they link up this one, the Spider-Man and the Venom ones he's done? Do they I'm not
sure, but they're similar poses, and I think we spoke about that a few weeks ago. They're similar poses. That would be pretty cool.
because there's almost like a heart shape behind
Yeah,
them. I wonder if they all
yeah.
kind of interlock
I might
somehow,
put
because that would be
together.
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like a John Jan cover, man. I do like a John Jan cover. It's just a shame that they're not more accessible.
Love a John Jane.
Well, there are a few coming up. There are a few coming up in the next couple of weeks that he's done, and you will be able to get. So, yeah.
Another one I love, Charlie. That my only concern would be is again it's through big time collectibles who in themselves are really good, but you're just paying that premium for a John Jang cover. If it was, I'm assuming this isn't cover price and it's a store variant. So you know that would be the only thing that would put me off. I'd love to have this in my collection, but I just don't think I'm willing to pay a premium for it.
Yeah. Andy, Pete, Tom.
I love it. Like I said, I think it's quite a nice John Jang cover, to be fair. And if it is interlocking with the others, it would make sense. But I think on its own, I'm not sure if it's his strongest work. I'm not sure about the proportions, as it were. And as Andy said, one of those things with buying one of these from an exclusive is you're going to pay 30 some odd quid for it, which is not great. But still, I think it's quite a good cover.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's nice. Is it a one I would pick up? Probably not. I prefer his work on Transformers and robots and things like that to people. I think. It's the background. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the background's meant to be. But yeah, it's a nice cover. If you like his art style, it's a great image.
I do just want to shout out, as we normally do with James from Slab Crusaders. Keep an eye on Slab Crusaders because he has had some over time. He's had like a Green Arrow one. He's had an Aquaman. So do keep your eyes out over there because sometimes you can get not lucky, but you are able to pick up some John Jan covers that sometimes we might not get over here. So, because obviously he normally goes to like 616 Big Time Collectibles, Midtown Comics, like the big players over there. So yeah, just keep your eyes on. Not quite mint. Yeah. Didn't you get in trouble? Didn't you get in trouble? Was that the one you got in trouble for releasing too early?
No, that was what was that one? I think that might have been a John Boy Mayer's one. But then, to be fair, he gave me permission to do it. They didn't. But yeah, no, I did get in trouble for releasing it. I think it's something like 616 and Unknown Comics released them a week before.
Yeah.
I was supposed to release them, but I released mine exactly the same time they did theirs, and they were not happy about it at all. I apologise. I didn't know the rules at the time.
No worries. But yeah, so the votes are live now, and we've already had 72 votes. So it's going well. It's going well. Not too bad. So yes, that's the five. You've got myself, you've got Tom, you've got Peter, and you have Andy as well. So moving swiftly on as we always do. There we go. Martin Simcox just says, Tom, you get my vote tonight, not those bloody politicians. Lovely piece of art. There we go.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Nice cover that. That's all I've got. And that's it. So, my eyes. July 3rd. So, up first.
That needs to be our intro. We all need to do that.
Do you know what? I'm sure that the actual artwork might be canny. And again, as we always say, it's all subjective, blah, 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 blah.
blah, 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 blah.
But for me, the colour work on this just makes it almost I don't know what I'm looking at. It's all just kind of, everybody's a similar colour, or one colour. They're blending into each other. I just think it looks shite. It certainly wouldn't encourage us to pick up the book. And by the way, have you read this book? Wow.
I do have to apologise, Pete. I've called it absolute power when I was meant to put absolute shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I apologise.
So yeah,
is it that bad, Peter? I was quite looking forward.
No, it's not that bad. I'm doing it a disservice. It's an interesting story, but it's been done 100 times.
Oh, okay.
It's Mark Wade writing it, I think, and I love his work normally, so I'm hoping it kind of picks up the pace. It's another big event. Do you know what I mean? It feels like, oh yeah.
Do we feel Marvel and DC are just basically doing a rinse and repeat job?
Just churning out the same stuff.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Yeah. It's just it just looks unfinished. Like Batman's face at the back just looks unfinished. It just looks. I looked at this thinking, this is like we've had some absolute shit over the couple of weeks, like the couple of months we've been doing this, but this for me just doesn't. It lacks interest. It just lacks everything. It's kind of like he's literally done on paint, and he said, right, color purple, that will go there. Boom, 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 boom. Red will go there. Boom, boom, boom. There's no thought process for it.
Von Hoot said in the comments, it's like someone's used the fill tool on it.
Yes,
that's exactly what I feel like. There's no line work to define what I'm looking at. Does that make sense? It's like if you look at the green blob at the back, it's like, well, I don't know what that. Yeah,
I think this would be awesome if it was black and white.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Because the problem is the color. I think the color is what's letting it down hugely. Because, like you said, it is a case of like drag and drop fill job. There's absolutely no shading involved at all. From my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, we need to find another wall back then. There we go. It's just shit. It's just absolute shit. Would you think about this, Andy?
I actually don't. I don't mind it.
It's always one.
It's always Andy, man.
If you look at an artist who sadly passed recently, a guy called I think it was John Verigi.
Yes, Verigi. Has he really?
Verigi, yeah, and his work was quite sort of abstract and looked like this, and his use of colors and stuff like that. I really like it. I think what the reason I like it so much is because it's just really different, and I can understand why you think that there needs to be some sort of definition between the colors that have been used, especially on the suit and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't mind it. It's not the worst that I've seen. And again, John Timms is an artist that I didn't recognise, and I went in IG. And Charlie, I think you'll be particularly interested. Some of the work that he's done. I think he's DC only actually. This artist, and some of the work that he's done on Harley Quinn is phenomenal. So
I'm sold. I'm heading over there. Drop it in. Do you know what? Right, I love it when the chat get involved in that. Martin Simcox, another over event. Whoopee fucking do. They must sell, otherwise DC and Marvel would stop. Yeah, well said, Martin. Well said, mate. Well said. That know that conundrum well, dead man. So yeah, I mean, is it going to make me? If I see this, would it make me buy this cover? No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I'd be like, I don't.
But remember, this is a connecting variant, so you might find that once you get whatever 4 or 5 of these covers, you put them all together, it makes a massive art piece. Whether you like that art piece, it's a different story. But I don't know. It might just be this, because it's just one particular part of maybe a 4 or 5 piece set.
The only connecting covers I've ever had are the Alex Ross X-Men, the Killer Covers exclusive ones that we did for that they did over at Slag Crusaders. They're awesome, man. They're not coming down. I'll absolutely love them. This can connect to the pile of shit that I've got. They can connect to that. So yeah. Oh, here he is, Fuzzy. Welcome, sir. Spider-Man event coming soon too. Of course there is. Good evening, all, by the way. Good evening, sir. So yeah, we've got absolute powerful shit. Issue number 1. Oh. Wow. And Tom hated it that much that he's fucked off. He's just decided to go. I am going to just jump straight on this. I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. I kind of watch Doctor Who once the series is done because I can't whence. What am I? 1950s Victorian whence. Thou whence. No, whatever.
King Wenceslas last went
Jesus Christ.
On the feast of leaving.
And again. Yes, so I read it once the episodes are finished and
hence whence and chance.
There is Tom.
Yes.
Please just take over. I was just saying how horrendous this looks. And it's just I was talking about and whence once you came. So please.
Whence once you came. I apologize. I had to go and get my charger. My laptop was on its death's door. Yes, so I picked this one. Again, similar to what we just looked at. I just think it's really unfinished. I love Art Gem. I think he's got great work. But why would you do a black and white ink Virgin variant that's, I think it's a 1 in 25? So you're going to pay a lot of money for it that's completely unfinished. I like seeing people's artwork and build up to it, but I like the finished product more, if that makes sense. I just think it looks really, really unfinished. So that's why I picked it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I like Doctor Who, but I haven't watched the 15th Doctor yet, and I won't be reading this comic. Yeah. Is it good, Pete?
Well, it's controversial, isn't it? But I enjoyed it. I what it was, and I thought their dynamic between the pair of them was superb.
Okay.
The last episode drops the ball big time, but
Okay.
yeah, it's all right. For me, I don't get this. I just don't. I don't get why it's a thing. The eyes freak us out. It feels like this should be an issue of. In this issue, the Doctor and I forget her name, a companion, are replaced by clay people, and this is like this is what's happening in the book. It looks like it's a horror kind of. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. It's cack.
Yeah. Even so, look, even James says he can't believe that's art germ.
Yeah.
It's like an X-ray variant.
Yeah.
It's almost like he scanned in his pages and then just went crazy with like all the color tools and all that sort of stuff, and just went, that'll do. I don't get, and I might be wrong, but I don't remember Archie being well known for his like line work. I don't see people like really looking forward to seeing that, so I just don't understand why. So this definitely wouldn't be one I'd be picking up. I don't like
absolutely horrendous.
It's just so unfinished.
Don't like it.
And like Peter said, the eyes make it very uncomfortable to look at. Very uncomfortable as a piece of artwork. But I suppose desired effect, if you saw this on the shelf, despite whether you like it or not, it might just draw you in to go and have a look.
Or be sick.
Or be sick. Or get some lining for your budgie crate.
Your budgie cage.
Cage, thank you.
Budget page, yeah. But yeah, I just don't think, not liking this at all. So then we have
Okay, so now what is it we say, Peter? Art is subjective and that good stuff.
Not this. This is shit.
and I just couldn't get it or understand it. And what really, really made me a little bit was his feet. Look at his feet.
Andy.
I love his feet. The mint.
I didn't even notice the feet.
No, neither did I.
Oh, I don't get it. Best of luck, to Josh and Tracy Island, the book. I hope it does well. But this for me, it definitely made me take a second look in disbelief. And this is why, if I have to look twice in disbelief at a cover, then it goes on this segment. So yeah.
Just going back to the previous one, is it actually Art Germ or Art Germ Studios?
I'm pretty sure it's Art Germ for what it says on League of Comic Geeks, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, they've
the Art Germ signature.
Yeah,
so I think it was Art Germ. Yeah,
perfect.
Dan on this one, sorry,
that's rubbish. However, the painted version is quite good. Oh, okay, so they're talking.
I agreed.
About Doctor Who one. Would a ginger person wear orange trousers?
They're not orange trousers. That's just his leg hair. That's ginger hair.
Why did you answer that question?
This is what Peter looks like from below.
Peter.
Yeah,
that was what he looked like when he came to Full Bubble as he left Weatherspoon
with little feet. Yeah.
Have you guys seen South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the Canadians, how they draw the Canadians?
Yes.
At first glance, I thought the bit that's supposed to be his neck kind of shadow was cut off of his face, and the bottom of where his kind of shirt goes is the bottom of his mouth. I can see that now. Yeah. That's what I thought originally. I thought, oh my god, they're doing like a South Park thing, and it's like, no, it's not. It's just really bad art.
Is he in a cage, or are they meant to be like the tree branches going vertically and horizontally behind him?
It's subjective, Peter.
Got you.
Pete,
it's modern art, dear.
Pete, deviating slightly, this is what this is the poster for Watchers, the new film that's out.
Right. I've seen that.
Yeah. So, any good?
Watchers.
Yeah.
No, first half canny, second half cack.
Oh, okay. Canny cack. Love that. Nice bit of canny cack. There we go. Martin, wow, that's absolute shite. An offence to Thunderbirds, Tracy Island. Indeed. Yeah, maybe. The island is a cage.
Ah, right. Got you.
All right, smart ass. All right. He's a cage. He's a cage. Yeah.
How philosophical was that comment? Yeah. James Breen, my life is just but a cage.
Whence we was here. I actually think that's the only. Yeah, we only had these three shit ones tonight. So that's that. There we go. So yes, moving swiftly over it's time for the reviews. Week 26, which was last week, we had Zatanna bring down the house, issue number 1, written by Mariko, Tamaki, and the art by Javier Rodríguez. And then we have Rook Exodus, issue number 3, written by Geoff Johnson. The art is by Jason Fabok. Up first, we've got Zatanna bring down the house. So obviously, there were 7 covers for this. We've gone for the 4, with the main cover by Javier Rodríguez. Cover B is Stanley Artgerm Lau. A total different comparison to the shit we just see.
Beautiful.
We've got the 616 Carla Cohen cover A. And then we have the 1 in 25 Alvaro Martinez Bueno. So he is the one that done the art for the James Tinian House by the Lake.
Yeah, I've got a Venom sketch cover of him. It's stunning. I struggle with that cover, to be honest. That one, it's
I quite like that
interesting.
cover.
I quite like it.
I think it's different.
Yeah, I only noticed it earlier today. This is DC Black Label, so they are going to be pushing the boundaries slightly bit. So who wants to take this away? Anyone?
I'll take it away. Yeah,
Go for it, sir.
So Zatanna, first of all, is a character that I'm not hugely familiar with. So this is why I picked this book for the vote. It's fair to say that the covers for these have been pretty spectacular, as we can see. And I was also really looking forward to the fact that it was DC Black Label. So as you say, the expectation is, whether it be the writing, whether it be the artwork in it, or the storyline, is going to be a little bit gritty and a little bit more adult than you would expect. And I think missed opportunity is probably the best phrase I can say for this particular book, because I didn't really know what I was expecting, but I think what I'd built up in the anticipation just wasn't what we got. I think, first of all, the artwork for me completely stopped me in my tracks from the very first page. I just wasn't expecting that type of art.
Yeah,
it's not to say that it was bad, but I just didn't feel that it was fitting for the character, but it was certainly fitting for the story that was in this first issue, where we basically got looking back to Zatanna when she was a kid and how she got her magic powers, or first was aware that she had magic powers, and then it sort of shows you her, as a sort of magician in Vegas. Going through the normal mill with nobody's coming to watch and stuff like that, but apart from this one person who seems to go to every single show that she does. And at the end, it took a major twist for me where I didn't really understand what was going on. There was no sort of lead up to it. And what I wanted to ask you guys was, do any of you know the character Zatanna, and was the character that we've seen at the end part of her sort of backstory that I was meant to know?
I only know Zatanna through, I think there was a couple of DC comics that came out. I think it was a zombie one or stuff like that, where John Constantine kind of came in to try and save the Justice League, and Zatanna came through, and she was talking backwards because a lot of the spells that she says backwards, and you have to read them backwards to understand what they're doing. That's the kind of only Zatanna I know. So for this was kind of like her start story. I was pretty interested in it, but yeah, I opened it up, especially on the cover, and the majority of the covers that you've seen, I was like, this is going to be DC Black Label. It's going to be some good stuff, and it's going to be some good artwork. The artwork wasn't bad. I quite enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I was expecting from previous inceptions of Zatanna. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, this is what it's going to be like, because in the other previous comics that she's come across, it's been more defined. It hasn't been like as childish as this, but I've got to say, I enjoyed this. I do want to know more, and because of how it ended, I want to go back and learn about Zatanna, because she's a character I don't really know a lot about. So yeah, I'm engaged. I thought it was quite good, and I think like the twist at the end where she kind of just lost her shit was quite interesting. And I think the next issue, DC Label are going to push it again, and we'll probably see a bit more. So yeah, that's me.
For me, I know a bit about Zatanna. I've read some of her books. I remember her strongly from Justice League International cartoon. Amazing cartoon run. She was in that quite a few. She's usually a fun character. I've not read masses of Black Label, but I thought in me silly grey head that Black Label were kind of the grittier, darker books of DC. So when I opened this, I felt like I was reading an Archie comic. The art style, some of the dialogue, and I guess what I would say was it didn't offend us. It wasn't a bad read, but it didn't necessarily excite us enough to think, oh, I can't wait for the next issue. And in answer to your question, Andy, like I say, I've read a fair bit of Zatanna stuff and whatnot. I didn't recognize that thing at the end at all. I don't know what the hell that was going on all about. So I'm not sure what that link was. So it's all right, but it's in a landscape of some really good books out there at the moment. This doesn't cut the mustard for me personally.
It felt like a one shot for a build up to another. That was might happen. If that makes sense. Sorry, Tom, I dropped in there.
Mate, that's basically what I was going to say, to be honest. I don't have much exposure to Zatanna. Again, similar to Peter and Charlie, to be fair. I've seen her in the Justice League TV show, Unlimited, I think it was the one I watched.
Yeah.
Which had that awesome theme tune, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's just incredible.
Sorry.
Exactly like that. And it's even done by Peter. Did you guys not know? I thought, like you said, and again, the only other exposure I've had was, I think, Deceased, where she's in there, which I think is what Charlie was referring to, possibly. I enjoyed this, and I actually thought, like you, Andy, that although the artwork didn't necessarily suit the character, I thought the artwork suited the story they were trying to tell of her childish background, the fact that she's trying to hold on to her childhood and not get stuck into this magic world that she's trying to leave behind and become an adult, which I thought was quite an interesting dynamic. I really liked the page on the left-hand side, because this, I believe, is what all of us as kids feel like when we get bullied or when we have been laughed at, that the kids have got like laughing like all over them, like mouths all over them. And I felt that was really quite potent for what actually happened. I definitely think I'd read issue 2, but again, like Peter said, I'm not offended by it, but it's also not rocked my world to the point where I'm like, yeah, I've got to sign up to read the rest of this whole series. But call me intrigued. I am intrigued to see where it goes for sure.
Definitely. We've got a new viewer, Bean Frank. Thank you very much for joining us. We have, what is it? I was waiting for Zatanna review from you guys before deciding whether to buy it. We'll give it a miss now. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, our dead man has said. Go on.
How many issues is it, Charlie? Do you know?
I want to say 5.
I'll have a butcher's hook.
Because I guess sometimes it's a bit unfair to judge it on issue 1 alone, isn't it? I probably will pick up issue 2.
5. It's either 5 or 6. I'm invested to read it. Black Label only seems to be gritty if Batman is in it. And then we've had Justice League Unlimited is GOAT level with 0 cartoons. There we go. This it's her father. Yes. This has kicked me right in the bollocks. I was proper looking forward to it. Sorry,
you are
mate.
correct, Charlie. It is only 5 issues.
Yes.
Okay. You are correct.
Cool.
Are we seeing that the monster? Are we seeing the monster at the end as our father? Or is that?
I think so. I think that's
it's her father.
I don't know.
It's her fucking father.
Our father's was a major magician in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if he turned into a demon. I might not be aware of that. But maybe.
Also, that middle page is superb. That I think our close up of your eye. But see if you go back to the previous slide there, Charlie.
Yep.
Is that Peter at the top?
It's me. There's a definite theme of gingerness in these slides tonight. Can I just say that?
Isn't it National Ginger Day today? And
I can tell you, quite frankly, the ginger kid being the bully is absolutely incorrect. It's him that's getting his head kicked in. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he does get his head kicked in.
Well, he does. Yeah, he does.
There we go. Look, the art is really quite striking the more I look at it. That's why I posted that last page, because I think it kind of leads on to this. And I think if it's going to get like that, I'm all for it. I'm looking.
It's going to get dark, I think.
There it is. And that is Von Hoot's Spiral Dimension. They're loading into it on that page. There we go. So Martin has said the current John Constantine book is very good. Yes, it is. Yeah, Andy pointed that out.
Great.
Andy pointed that out a few weeks ago. And Zatanna's first story arc in the 60s was to find her father. Interesting. Thank you very much. And Bean Frank says good art as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm looking forward to it. I think with it being a DC Black Label, I would have expected a bit more from it, but who knows? It might get better. Up next, we had Rook Exodus issue number 4, written by Geoff Johns, art by Jason Fabok. 2 covers, Jason Fabok and Ershaw variant. Tom, You love a
Yes,
bit of
my love.
monsters, Transformers type of things. Do you want to take it away?
I do. So I'll have to confess, I hadn't actually read issue 3, so I had to read 2 back to back. And
Go from whence you came.
go from whence you came. Go forth and multiply, as they say. So I must say that Geoff John's run on this, the Ghost Machine series is just fantastic. This Rook Exodus is just incredible. This whole idea of them being on this world and these kind of helmets help them control the animals, and it's all to do with like being like these kind of keepers, if you like. It's not disappointed at all as a series. I think this episode was incredible when he teams up with Direwolf and they go kind of to the, I can't remember what it's called now, some place where they meet the guy who's like 100 and some odd years old, who's a turtle, which is just incredible. And I loved his character design, was fucking phenomenal. But the build up in this for me, there wasn't much action in this particular issue, but the build up to like introducing some more characters and their masks and their character design, and how vicious the bear guy is. Usar, I think he's called.
Yes.
How vicious he's going to be as a character. This issue was more of a builder than an action-packed one, but it's built me up to a certain point where I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the war that's about to ensue in this comic book. Yeah. I think it's very well written. The artwork by Jason Fabok is just phenomenal. He's just incredible all round. I loved it. It's one of those comic books I think that you could definitely pick up on a Sunday and just absolutely love and really get stuck into. So, yeah, big seal of approval from me.
What I've got to say is this and Geiger have been my two favourites from the Ghost Machine. It's been wicked. This issue for me, I really got Noctera vibes. I think Direwolf looks like Noctera. I think she's a phenomenal character. I really like this first page that literally explains that he was an old farmer and that he's partnered up with Direwolf and he only became a Rook because he didn't like not being in control, and the only part he couldn't control was being surrounded by the birds and stuff. He had control of everything else. He had control of his life, his farm, the rest of the animals, but the birds were free spirits. And that's what he wanted to be able to control, so he can kind of be a free spirit and stuff like that. I think the art for this is phenomenal. There's some seriously really standout pages. I've picked this, like the bears in the background. It's just getting better and better every single week. Obviously, we're introduced to the new characters now. So we've got like I can't remember what they're called there. The warhog of the new Warden of Bears.
Yeah, you've got the deer guy. There's a mountain goat. The locust. There's is there like a dog as well? There's loads.
Now,
so cool. Such a cool
I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but there is kind of like an Easter egg. So in one of the pages where we enter the mobile fortress of Usor,
yes,
I think that is a tie back to one of the artists.
where he's got all the heads on the wall?
Yeah, because his name is I think he done one of the variant covers for it, so I think that might be a tie back to him. So that was the only thing I could think of. If it is though, but if it is but I just love this. I think it's really, really great, and it kind of just started me to want to read Noctera again, which I have started doing. But this is great. I'm loving this. So yeah. Andy?
Well, yeah. Charlie, check your messages. I think James wants you to send me his FOC. Cool. This is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Again, a bit like Tom, I didn't read issue number 2. So I read 2 and 3 together. And I was annoyed that I hadn't kept up with this, actually. So I was just glad that it picked for this show. This gives me real sort of Warhammer vibes to it. Yeah. I want all the toys for this comic. I want a figure. I think it would be absolutely amazing if they come out with a figure line for this comic. Even if they'd done like a Kickstarter for them or something like that. The big thing I took away from this was the fact that the main character, who is obviously all the sort of Rooks follow him. He was effectively wanting to fly away up until the 3rd issue, whenever his ship had been blown up. So his whole thing was, to fly away, get away from that planet. and there was a part in it. I think it was on the page that I had selected, Charlie, where he basically said that he's one with the birds who, if you think about it, they want to fly away.
Yeah.
So the birds are just waiting for him to die to allow him to release them, and he wants to release himself from the planet. So I like that connection. And obviously, when his ship blew up, he sort of realised that, okay, well that's not going to happen now. So he has to stay here and he has to fight for what he knows is the best thing to save that planet. I just love it. I love the fact that in issue 3, where we're kind of introduced to all the different types of animals and all the masks and things like that. But as I said, for me, I just can't wait to see a toy line coming out of this. I think it would definitely be something that I would be collecting anyway.
Yeah, Martin, as you said there, the interiors of this book are great, and I'm very much looking forward to getting a trade paperback of this, because I think it's a good story you can read individually, but to read it constantly turning over the page to greatness is so enjoyable, and it just gets better and better, and the close-ups of the masks and the emotions, and it's just wicked. Like Jason Fabok's done this, and Jason Fabok did the what was it, the Joker.
The three Jokers.
The three Jokers. He did that as well, which was wicked.
Peter, Andy, on what you just can I just quickly jump in? Sorry, Peter.
That's right.
Andy, what you were just saying about the connection to him and the birds and wanting to set himself free. Do you also think that possibly now that he's now caged on the planet, this is why he wants to fight? He wants to fight for his freedom, which is basically what the birds would do if they were caged.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kind of makes sense now you've said that. It all kind of in my head. I'm like, oh my god, actually, yeah. Which would be why the bear guy wants to kill everybody.
Because is it the only animal that we've been introduced to that can actually potentially fly away, and all the other animals are sort of land based and stuff like that? So you would think if he had the opportunity to fly away, why hasn't he taken that opportunity? The same with the birds, the rooks. Why have they not taken the opportunity just to fly away?
Yeah.
Peter, sorry, mate.
No. So, I absolutely love this series for all the reasons you just said. So I'm not going to go back over them. The artwork is stunning, all the rest of it. I just love it. It's a great story. I can't believe it's never been done before. Do you know, it's such an easy idea, really, isn't it? Masks representing animals, kind of getting their powers and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm loving it. The line you read before, Andy, I kind of took a different take on that, and it stopped us in my tracks when I read it a little bit, because up till now it's been a bit of a jolly kind of superhero type jaunt in terms of they've all got powers and they're all helping each other and blah blah blah. And, well, you know, it's felt positive, but I can't remember the exact line, but it basically says something along the lines of the Rooks are waiting for him to die so they can get away from him, and it suddenly made us think, oh, this is a bit of an abusive relationship. Actually, he's using these animals to kill and to attack and to do his bidding, and it suddenly felt a little bit more uncomfortable. And then when you talk to the later characters, when she takes her mask off and says, actually, I don't need the mask for the wolves to be friendly with me and to continue, I'm not frightened of them. I thought, well, that's a more symbiotic kind of relationship, whereas he's not got that with the birds. He's forcing them to do what he wants. I just thought, well, that's interesting. I don't know if that'll play out later on. But yeah, I'm loving this series. The artwork's spectacular. The storyline spectacular. The dialogue is brilliant. And it's just such a cool idea. And like you, I want every one of these action figures. Now.
It's such an easy read, I find. Even though I had to read 2 issues, it was an absolute joy to read. And it's interesting you say that, Peter, with regards to, if you think about it, he's the only one who doesn't want to be with the animal that he's coexists with. So I just love the fact that we're coming out with all this sort of food for thought on the issues of this book. That's why we do this show.
It does. The only other thing I did think, and it's not a negative, but we had those brilliant couple of pages of all the different animals and the different people with the different masks, and I thought, how far does this go? Do I have literally a mask for every frigging animal? Is there going to be a worm mask, a fly mask, a dung beetle mask? Is there how much control is there?
I suppose the kind of possibilities on what you've just said is endless. Really.
Endless, it's endless.
What I'd like to see is a water-based animal, because they haven't done a water-based one yet, as far as I can see.
Yeah, and I guess the other Well, the other thing I'm thinking, Tom, to be honest, is up till now, I recognise all of these animals, but actually we're on an alien planet, aren't we? So
Yeah, exactly.
are we going to see some different creatures being controlled that we've not encountered?
Ugly fuckers are going to start appearing.
Yeah.
Well, we seen the turtle, which was in the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mutated one, yeah.
And you were saying there, Peter, about the worm mask and the dung beetle mask. That's actually mask that in your collection. As far as
It is, yeah.
No, it's just a wiki comic, and for people in the chat, if you haven't read it, like the new viewers like Luke Martin, Bean Frank, and the comic vet, thanks for all subbing up and stuff. Thanks for joining. If you haven't read this comic, go back and read it, and then hit us up over on Instagram and give it a read and let us know what you thought. It's very good. Like Ghost Machine has been killing it at the moment. You've obviously got Red Coat, you've got Rook.
Red Coat's good.
Red Coat's wicked, and then obviously you've got Geiger, which is like Series 2, which is wicked, and they all they're very, very good reads. Like Gary Frank is working very closely with Jason Fabok on this, so yeah, looking forward to seeing where this ends.
What's really good about the Ghost Machine stuff is they're doing their own thing in their own little universe. They don't really care about what's going on elsewhere, which is just amazing.
Yeah,
but also the productivity of Geoff Jones just blows me away. Yeah, we've got Batman comics that are 4 or 5 months between issues. Yeah. Geoff Jones is just churning it out 5-6 books a month.
Yeah. What DVH said, give me action figures in the scale of mask and have an epic mech animals for those who are. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
There's got to be a Kickstarter for that somewhere. We'll try and find it and get you on it. So that's the 2 comics to review. In Killer Indie. Keyword in this is indie picks. This is
all right. I knew that was coming. You bastard!
Wow.
There we go. All right.
Just fucking mug me off, mate. Cheers.
We all love each other over here, and we had a little inside joke. It wasn't an inside joke; it was Tom. But we love you, Tom. I love you, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. Just mug me off on public. Brilliant.
So yeah, the Killer indie picks, July 10th. Up first, Tom.
Tom, it would have been.
Did I pick this one?
So it would have been worse if you'd have picked your indie pick, and then the 3 of us would have picked a DC pick, though. Just to put up, it would have been like, oh no, what you did? That's
you probably should. To be fair, that would have been much better if you'd have all picked DC and Marvel, and I'd be the only one that picked an indie. That would have been much better. Yes, so I think possibly. I mean, I did this at the middle of the night last night, so I'm actually not sure what I picked. But if I did, I picked Geiger issue 4 because Geiger is awesome, and again, it's written by Geoff Johns, which plays into what we've just been talking about with the whole Ghost Machine situation. I definitely would recommend reading this. It's amazing.
I'm really liking Geiger. I didn't read the first arc, so I kind of needed to jump on. No, do you know what? I wasn't interested in it, and I kind of read this, and now I'm kind of working. I think I'm confusing myself a bit because I'm reading the first arc while I'm trying to keep up with this. But it's good. It's wicked, yeah. And we're on 4 issues already. So yeah, Geoff Johns again, Gary Frank. So that's that. Then we have.
This is my pick. I went for the Domain issue number 1, written by Chip Zdarsky, and Rachel Stott is doing the artwork. And this has been released through Image Comics. The synopsis reads: when 3 best friends discover a crash UFO, they also discover technology that gives them incredible abilities. But there's a catch: only one of them can use the powers at a time. Can their friendship survive the power's temptation? So I found that quite intriguing, but in the same breath, it's almost like, was there not a book that they could only use the power for like 10 minutes or something like that?
Dial H for Hero, the similar kind of thing.
Or was that what was that? Ambassadors?
Yeah, the
they can
Ambassadors.
use one power at a time and steal it from each other.
Yeah.
But again, the even though there's some similarities to stuff that we're probably already read before, it's the fact that Chip Zdarsky's doing the writing.
Yeah.
I'll definitely read issue number 1 just to see what it's like.
Chip Zdarsky's Batman has been absolute dire, though. Has been dire. I
think that's his creativity being
100%.
stumped, though.
Yeah, 100%. You can see where he can literally let loose and do stuff for Image and whatever else. But then Batman, I am a massive Batman fan, and it's now coming up to 150, and I'm still on 138. I've literally just can't be bothered with it. It's kind of just, it's just not great. But yeah, Domain looks, the classic hero like you've never seen before. Looks pretty good.
Oh, do you know what? Now people are saying about it being like the public domain heroes.
Yes.
That would make sense to why they've crossed out the names at the top. So are those the writers and artists that are in? Because obviously in public domain, it's an artist or writer that's written a comic book, and then they're trying to get the rights back and stuff like that. I think that's the right one, isn't it? So are those the writers and artists at the top that they've scribbled out for Zdarsky, Scott, and stuff? Is that right? Or am I talking shite?
No. I can see. Is this tied to public domain? That's the Zdarsky. Yeah. Do you remember where he was? That was a comic about.
Oh yeah.
It's the one where it's like he's trying to get the rights back for his father's something or other, or whatever. It's a comic book that's been written by a character.
Yeah. That's that's going to be interesting because obviously why they cross them out is it's part of the public domain and stuff. Yeah, so that's interesting. So there's that. Pete, is this one you'd read, mate?
I'd give it a go, but I have no idea what you're talking about in terms of crossing it out public domain and shit like that. I don't know what that's all about.
But that's normal though. That's standard.
I'm phased out. I'm thinking
it's indie picks, Peter, not DC and Marvel.
Burgers.
There we go. Peter, talking about indie picks.
This just looked really, really cool. This is by Zach Kaplan and Fico. Well, I shouldn't have picked the names. Fico Ozio. I don't know. Kill All Immortals. I thought the cover looked really cool. I haven't got the synopsis in front of us, but it looked and sounded absolutely amazing. Basically, from memory, it's them hunting down and murdering all immortals, for strangely enough. But yeah, it sounded cool. Dark Horse, I quite like a lot of their books at the moment, so willing to give it a go.
Jordi Belair is doing the colour work for this, and Osmani El Heri, I hope I pronounced that right, is doing the letters. That's a reason enough just to pick this book up.
100%. Yeah, this looks great. Kill All Immortals.
Did Zach Kaplan write Kaiju Score?
Not sure.
It does ring a bell, I must admit.
Yeah. Kaiju Score was massive. That was
I'm not sure if it was him, but the name Zach Kaplan rings a bell, but I couldn't remember what series. I thought it was Kaiju Score.
Bean Frank said, still love Dark Horse. Dark Horse put out some good stuff, you know.
Yeah,
they really do.
They do, mate, yeah.
I've gone for Ain't No Grave, issue number 3. I'm kind of loving this. This is written by Scotty Young's younger brother, Scotty Young. Ryder is aboard a riverboat where she must gamble her fate against a mysterious Madam Gates. If she plays her cards right, death will be within her sights. If not, this will be a last trip down any river. Are you guys still reading this?
Yes, mate. This is a great series. Also, I love George Corona's artwork.
It's wicked. It's wicked. Like,
was issue
really good.
Was issue 2 better than issue 1? Because I didn't read issue 2 because I didn't enjoy it.
Issue 2 I enjoyed, and issue number 1 was kind of like a jewelry to the center of the earth to kind of get wherever. Issue 2 picked up a bit. This one, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's just George Corona's artwork for me and Scotty Young's writing. I think it's pretty good.
What am I looking at the cover?
Go on, hashtag Yumph. There we go. Go on, hashtag it.
What am I looking at on the cover? The two kind of is it breasts or is it boobs or is it?
It's a big bouffant, mate.
Yeah,
she's wearing a big dress.
Oh,
it's the big bouffant, and she's kind of just hiding under it. You'll find out about more of that if you read issue 2.
Peter, it's whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Enjoy those burgers. No.
Beauty is in the eye of the Yumph. Okay, beauty is in the eye of the Yumph. Okay, remember that. And then we've got
younger brother Yumph.
Is that? Have we picked all 4? We've done all 4. We've done all 4. There we go.
We've done all 4.
We are going over to Killer Trades and hardcovers now. This is, again, for the new people in the chat, this is for what's coming up next week. So if you hit up eBay or any comic shop, Slug Crusaders, and anything like that, you'll be able to get your comics. Killer Trades and hardcovers, maybe not, but for all your other FOCs and your other comics, you will.
Not yet.
Not yet. There we go. Yes.
Question. These are not single issues, are they?
No. These are definitely not single issues. They're Killer Trades and hardcovers. Okay?
Cool. Awesome.
This is free reign. This can be DC. This can be Marvel. It can be The Times, Mirror, Sun, The Star. Whatever you decide to read, Tom, and you want to share with the world. Playboy. There we go. So I've gone for, it was without question, The Devil That Wears My Face. This for me was Dave Propose and Alex Cormack. Alex Cormack is fantastic. The artwork in this is sensational. The writing of Dave Propose is awesome. If you haven't checked out the interview that Pete does over on his Triple G YouTube channel, head over there, because I'm telling you now, there's more to come from this. 100%. I really do think the way that he alluded to the fact that he wasn't finished, I think there's more to come from it. This as a trade paperback is going to be awesome. I'm all over it. Mad Cave Comics, still one of the publishers that goes totally under the radar. Pick it up. I know, Pete, your ears spiked up when I kind of introduced, I think it was one of the comics from Mad Cave. I don't think it was Badubam or what is that comic? What was that?
Yeah, I remember reading it. It's good.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, The Devil That Wears My Face, Pete, I know you love this, so it was absolutely
amazing series. This amazing, and if anybody hasn't read this is an ideal opportunity to pick this little trade paper up. You'll if you like horror, you'll not regret it. It's great.
Just be careful when you write "Where's my face" into Google.
Oh. You're on mute, Charlie.
Go on, Pete.
I mean, I've not read any of this, right?
Great
and
cover by Dan Morrow.
Yeah, stunning cover, absolutely stunning cover. And lots of people have told us it's cack, but it's Justice League versus Kong and Godzilla. Do you know what I mean? The covers looked amazing. Godzilla. So I just think this looks great. So I'm picking this up just purely to have the artwork more than anything, and hopefully it's a semi decent story. But yeah, I think some of the covers have been amazing for it.
The covers have been amazing. Dan Moore has done most of the covers. The biggest issue is he's done the covers and people have gone and read it and gone, wow, the artwork inside is different completely.
I got the two sound chip issue ones. Have you seen them?
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, so you open one and it's Kong grunting at you, and you open the other and it's Godzilla going or something. It's bizarre.
How does it go?
That's my
nice.
So that's our snip for this movie or this episode. Sorry, did Jock not do a cover?
Jock did. Jock did.
Surely that would be the best cover for this.
Yeah.
Jock did a cover, and I think it won. It didn't win cover of the week that week.
Yeah, because Peter chose it.
I chose it. Yeah.
It's not a popularity competition.
The chat hates my choices. Yeah, they didn't like it when I picked Jock.
It's okay, but not what they advertised. And then I'm sure JLA versus Zilla versus Kong will be good fun.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's Marvel. They'll probably just do like a massive overhaul story again.
It's DC. It's DC.
Oh, is it DC? Yeah. I'm just trying to confuse you. There you go. It's because you weren't allowed to pick a DC comic for indie piece.
Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Marvel's
finest.
DC's not allowed. So I've gone for Daniel Warren Johnson's first ever published comic book that was a digital comic published originally, and then Dark Horse picked it up and turned it into a couple of single issues, but then Image picked it up and have turned it into a trade paperback. This is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't read it, the artwork is stunning. It's obviously Daniel Warren Johnson, but the actual story touches on racism, it touches on kind of fantasy, it's all sorts of things, friendship. It's an amazing book. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed reading this. I would totally recommend picking it up. It's one of the best pieces of work that Darren Johnson's ever done, to be perfectly honest.
I got dead excited when I saw you pick this, Tom, because I didn't realize this was coming out. So this is definitely on my pickup list.
It's so good. It's not what you expect either, halfway through.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Definitely looking forward to this. And he used to have a space mullet, apparently.
I did. Used to. Long time ago.
Keyword there, used. Will you be picking this up?
So is this like one of his first
it's his first ever releases? Proper published comic, mate, yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Yeah, definitely one that I've never heard of it, if I'm completely honest with you.
It was a digital one. It was just literally what put him on the map. This book was a digital book that he published himself to start with. Then Dark Horse took it over, and then Image have done this trade paperback, which is actually in color. It was in black and white, then they put it into color. It's one of those books, I would say. This is a Daniel Warren Johnson at his best before he got told what to write.
Okay,
if that makes sense. So don't go into it thinking about Transformers and how he's been told he's got to write about this character and they've got to do this, that, and the other. This is very much him.
That would only put me off. to be honest.
Yeah. What if it's just him or what? Transformers? Yeah.
Sorry.
But
I knew
you
that
know
was
what?
coming.
But Murder Falcon is another one that's awesome.
Yeah.
Murder Falcon's wicked. So yeah, Space Mullet trade paperback, and there we go, Andy.
Yes, I went for the Magic Order Volume 1 trade paperback, written by Mark Miller, and Olivia Coppell. Is that how we're pronouncing this? Yeah, we'll go for that. Coppell. So I know that Netflix has picked up a lot of Mark Miller stuff, and I believe that the Magic Order is going to be the next series that is coming out. I could be completely talking nonsense, but I think there's a reason why this sort of has been released to get everybody set up for that. I picked this up when it first came out. I remember picking up, dare I say, all the Forbidden Planet exclusives for this, and it is an absolutely fantastic read.
Phenomenal.
I would highly recommend that you get stuck into this, and this is a great opportunity before all the issues start going up in price whenever the Netflix series is released.
Am I right in thinking that when we read the Mark Miller one, was it something epic? Is that right? Is it
No.
something epic?
How dare you?
The one where like kind of everyone came together.
Big
They all
time.
Yes.
big game. Yeah, that's
Big
it.
game,
Yeah.
They all kind of died.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Peter and yourself, Andy, recommended during that you read Magic Order because it really does help with that story. Big time.
Oh, this is so much better than like Big Game and stuff like that. I did enjoy Big Game, but yeah, this is probably some of Mark's best work, I would say.
Yeah, first 2 volumes of this are stellar, absolutely stellar.
Cool.
And go in without having done any research, so because there's some good twists and turns in this that you don't expect coming.
Okay.
All right,
Cool. So that is that. So now we're over to the final, the cut off top 3. I put top 3 because Pete was very busy with work and didn't put on an FOC. So I'm going to kind of just go with the top 3 for
I
that.
most certainly did, young man.
On the list.
Put
Did
it
he?
on
Right.
the spreadsheet thing. Yeah.
Well, I've missed it off then.
Don't worry about it.
Someone missed it. I made a mistake. I'm due sorry.
Was it because you wanted to do DC or Marvel and you wanted them to
Yes,
pick an indie?
that's what it was.
And I told him.
Did he pick an indie book? Are we not allowed to pick indies for FOC?
I told him to fuck off. There we go. So this is the final order cut off for the new people in the chat. This is the date retailers must submit their orders before publishers set out their print runs. We use Slab Crusaders, tried and tested, and we would only suggest the best, which is why we do it every single week. Orders for James over at Slab Crusaders, the cut-off point is 9 p.m. every Sunday. Otherwise, your orders will not be received and they may be cancelled. So up first.
It's me. I went for Ultimate Spider-Man issue 7. This has been an absolute incredible series. So I think you guys should go back and read all 7 issues, but definitely get on it as soon as you can. I think there's going to be some amazing twists and turns. And I'm pretty sure this is the kind of showdown in this issue between Spider-Man and Green Goblin. A bit of a let's have a chat about what you've been doing behind the scenes and beating up and basically murdering Bullseye in the background. So I think it's going to be a really good issue to pick up. So I would definitely recommend. And go to Slab to get it.
Go to Slab to get it. So that's that. Then we have Andy.
This was me, wasn't it? Yeah, I went for Uncanny X-Men issue number 1. David Marquez is on the main cover here. I honestly picked this, guys, because I think me and Charlie are in the same sort of view of where do you start with X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole big renaissance for X-Men with the TV show, which I'm still to watch, but I hear great things. And this is going to be my opportunity to dive into some X-Men that isn't the Claremont run, which is the only real run that I've read. Just whilst I'm here, guys, obviously the QR code takes you to Slab Crusaders website to pick it up. You can pick it up in raw form or you can pick it up in a slab. But I'd also suggest that you go and join the I think there's a couple of Facebook groups.
Yep.
Because you get a real opportunity if you're part of those to get raw books at an even cheaper price. So if you think Forbidden Planet is the cheapest place to go to and you're happy with that service, fair enough. But for some books, James can get it cheaper, and it's bagged and bolted, and the quality is absolutely stellar. I just had my pickups delivered to me at my door, which you can't do for everybody just because we live close to each other.
Yes.
And as I say, the service is great. It was the first time meeting James in person, and he's a top man. So I'd highly recommend you go and check out slabcrusaders.com.
No, I'm
I'd
looking
also
for
recommend, like Andy said, especially with the slabs, because when you buy a slab from him, you don't just only get your slab, you also get a raw copy of the same book to read. So that in itself is really worth the value of buying a slabbed book, because
Yeah.
most of us, we buy them because we like the artwork, but it'd be nice to be able to read the book as well, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. So yeah,
definitely.
shout out to James.
And Peter's pick is Nightclub issue 2, Nightclub 2 issue
Oh,
number
nice.
1, cover A. So this is Pete. What's this about?
So I loved this is volume 2. I love the first series of this. It's by Mark Miller again. Teen vampires who decide that they've got vampire powers, so they'll become superheroes. The first series was brutal and it ended on a bit of a cliffhanger in terms of the three of them changing the dynamic a little bit. We then saw them again in that Mark Miller show we've just talked about, Big Game, or whatever you call it. And a couple of them were bumped off, but then came back at the end like everybody else. So yeah, excited to see where they take the story with here. It's just a fun little book.
And so, for instance, for the, as Tom was talking about, for £42, so you're literally paying £2 for a raw comic, is the Slab Crusade and Raw. So you get this guaranteed in a 9.8, and you get to also read the comic as well. So what is there not to love about
Absolutely.
that? And then I've gone for this one. This is a massive shout out to
Nice.
Andy, who highlighted this for me. I'm not really a lover of JTC. I think sometimes he does it well, sometimes it's kind of done and you think you just don't pay attention to it. This for me is awesome. This is the Uncanny X-Men issue number 1, the Negative Space variant by John Tyler Christopher. This is just wicked. I'm absolutely loving this. I think this screams Jubilee. So yes, this has been picked up. Can't wait to get it. It's going to be wicked.
I
Did you
like
get
that he's
slabs,
done.
Charlie?
No, I'm still debating. I've got it in my basket at the moment, so I'm going to go head over it. But I'm close to hovering over the mouse, going yes. So,
I think it would be worth doing, mate, because I think the Uncanny X-Men one is a key. I think they're introducing a couple of new characters, if I'm honest. I actually really like that he's gone for old school Jubilee. Like he's gone right back to her original outfit. And actually he's drawn her in the ethnicity that she actually is. A lot of American artists will draw her as if she's from America, but she isn't American. Yeah. So I love the fact that he's gone with her official ethnicity. I think that's a great way of doing it.
Said I actually like the Negative Space for once. Yeah, same here. I'm with you on that one. So that's a pretty good one.
Very cool.
Well, we got the Killer Comic Show sneak peek for next week. So this is where we pick 4 comics. We put them up on the community tab over on YouTube. I've started doing it a bit earlier to give it a longer vote, and then the 2 of the comics that will be chosen at after the vote goes live, which is which was earlier. Then 2 comics will be the comics that we read next week. So the choices are Andy.
I went for Absolute Power. I've not read it yet. I was really looking forward to it. I like the premise, and I'm hoping that it's good. But yeah, we'll see.
Am I right in thinking Dan Morrow's doing the artwork for it?
Looks like it. Yeah. I think it's Dan that's doing it. Yeah.
Nice.
Who's next?
Is it me? Spider-Man? I think I picked this one. This is Spider-Man Reign number 2. This is the sequel to the very controversial first Spider-Man Reign miniseries set in the future with a kind of it's like the Dark Knight version of Spider-Man, basically. I absolutely loved the first series. I loved the artwork in the first series. This has got us intrigued. It also introduces Miles Morales into this tale as well. So just really looking forward to seeing where it goes. So yeah, some interesting covers as well for this.
Nice. So yeah, so I've gone for Grendel, Devil's Crucible Defiance. So this is a new Grendel series written by Matt Wagner. You haven't got to have read any of the other previous series, which I think is quite interesting. So I'd like to introduce you guys to Grendel because I thought he was an amazing character. And as we discussed last week, he's got that kind of Venom-esque, although he came before Venom. But he's also that kind of undead style kind of zombie character. So I thought it'd be quite a cool one to read that would bring you guys that's like completely different, if you like.
I have chosen X-Men Blood Hunt issue number 1. This is a one-shot. This is the Psylocke version. I think she's wicked. I think she's such a great character. I don't really know much about her, but what I do know about her just makes me want to learn more. Blood Hunt has been pretty okay. Again, it's one of the numerous tie-ins that they've got. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where this is going because Blood Hunt's getting pretty good with the vampires and the undead and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to that. But that's not all. Normally we would go into the killer covers, and then we'd go into the pickups after that. So what we'll do, we're going to the killer covers. So Andy, this is where you got to get your maths book out, mate, because this is going to be. I don't know. I don't know.
You were serious when you actually said that?
Yeah, we were serious.
Flip.
Yeah. So
No pressure.
I don't know.
No pressure.
I'm devilishly handsome, but I'm thick as fuck.
So how are we going to work this out? So let's do this. So the winner is the Killer Comics Show. So in last place is me with 18%. In second to last place, in third place, basically, is Peter with 18%. So me and you, actually, we're joint third. In second place is Andy. And then in top place is Tom with 37% of the vote. But
Nice.
if we head over, Tom, if you head
Yep.
over to the community tab, can you tell us what the votes were there?
So the votes on the community tab, which has been going all week, Spider-Man Reign issue 2 got 14%. Werewolf by Night Blood Hunt got 17%. Miles Morales Spider-Man got 26%, and Thundercats Chitara got 43%.
Tom's clear winner then, yeah.
Yeah, so Tom's
Looks like it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But Andy came second on here and then bottom on the other one.
So.
All right, rub it in, Tom.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry.
Tom.
Sorry, Tom. My headset fell out there. What did you say? Where did Andy come?
So Andy came second on the vote, but last on the community tab.
Got you. Right. Yeah.
And then with that, well done, Tom. Well done. So with that, honestly, you can head over to our socials. You can find us over on Instagram.com at the Killer Comic Show. This is where we will post what we've got coming up. We'll post our killer covers. We'll get you engaged and we'll get you involved with the voting system over there. And then we will also share what covers and comics have been voted for and what we will be reviewing on the coming show. Then you can find me over at Instagram.com, Geeky Guy Comics, where I will post my love of comic reviews, toys I'm picking up, my CGC collection, basically the geeky stuff that everyone doesn't want to know about. Head over there and check me out. YouTube royalty, Mr. Triple G, where can we find you, sir?
Yeah, so I am over on YouTube at Triple G Comics. I put a whole host of videos out. I've just put a room tour out and a complete rundown of my CGC collection. Within that video, there is a book giveaway or an idea of how to give away a book for the Killer Comic Show. So go check that out so you know what we're giving away. Got a busy weekend ahead. Saturday night, 9 o'clock, I'm interviewing Cliff on comics.
Busy weekend of giving head, did you say?
Yes.
Wow.
By Monday, my lips are chapped. Sunday night, I have got Mr. X from the Extreme channel, so that'll be fun. So 9 o'clock.
Gets even better.
Ironically.
Yeah.
It's escalated.
You started it, Tom. You started.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. And also over on One Good Scare Show. There we go. I'll hand the kosh over to
Andy.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, perpetual.comics, remember that dot, and on Twitter, Perpetual Comics.
And then Big Rig, Tom, where can we find you?
So you can find me with all my comic book geekiness on Not Quite Mint. I will be posting some more stuff once I've completed my house move this week. I'm going to show off my collection. I really would like to show everyone my J. Scott Campbell collection, as it were. That's what she said. But if you'd like to follow me on my fitness journey and helping others with their fitness journey, you can find me on Tom Malin at PT, both on Instagram.
Boom. So that's the housekeeping, which leads in perfectly to what we said at the start of the show. So if you missed the start of the show, where was you? 2, we want a written explanation and an apology. And 3, you can now sit back and understand why we called Andy, why he's been working so hard. He's literally been putting in the extra shifts, and we've been working behind the scenes to kind of extend the Killer Comic Show into the World Wide Web. And with that said, Andy, you want to take it away?
Yes, we have a lovely, We have a lovely, shiny new website that we would like to introduce everybody to. You can find us at thekillercomicshow.com, and this is where we are hoping to keep you up to date with all our killer comic picks, and really for anybody who has maybe not seen the show and wants to be introduced to what we're all about, gives you a little idea of who the hosts are. If you want to rerun any of the videos and live shows that we do, these will become available like in the morning after every Thursday show. So you can see here we've got the Bring Down the House of Exodus ready to rock and roll. We've got some feedback, and we're looking for some feedback from other people, and you can do that by either just dropping us a DM on our Instagram, or you can go up to our contacts page and you can drop us a note on our contacts page here. And please say nice things, that would be great. And if you're happy for us to obviously put it on the bottom of the website, then that would be great. We're going to kick off by doing some reviews. So at the moment, we've got a couple of reviews on the website, one from Tom and one from Charlie. But we would like to ask you guys if you would like to review any comics and you want them to be posted up on the website, then please do get in touch. We can give you login details to allow you to add reviews whenever you so please. And we've got a few other ideas. We're looking to add a store to the website to pick up some KC merch. And if you guys have got any ideas as to what you would like to see added to the website, then please do let us know. It's a work in progress, so if you do have any feedback on it, then just drop me a message. I'd really appreciate it. That's the website.
So yeah, massive shout out to Andy working hard behind the scenes with all these automations and stuff like that to give, basically to just extend it. So to kind of we've been doing this for like 5 years now, so we think like the time is right to kind of go on and give you guys more than just Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, why not? So massive shout out, Andy. Well done, mate. Thank you for
everything. A bow, Andy.
Yes, exactly.
Bravo.
So
we appreciate you.
We do. We massively do. So with that said, it's time for the killer pickup. So I haven't got anything because I've been head deep in exams this week, but I'm sure all three of you
I'm so glad you said exams.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Head deep.
That's her name. Exams.
Oh wow.
But so anyway, if anyone wants to take
exams,
over, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit back for 5 minutes and just watch you guys unload your stuff.
I've been heads in my exam.
I didn't mean it like that. I genuinely did not mean it like
that. Sure. Who wants to go first, Tom? I know you've got a bit of an unboxing to do, haven't you?
I do. I recently received a package from Slab Crusaders. I'm pretty sure this is my Daniel Warren Johnson signed stuff, so I have no idea what grades I got or kind of what color he signed anything in. So I will get into this. Do you want to show something off while I cut it open?
No, we're just going to sit here awkwardly.
I'm just going to watch it.
Or you just sit here awkwardly as I go.
I'll show a couple of things off whilst you're opening your package, Tom.
Go for it.
God, I've said that before. I picked this
up.
Nice.
Absolutely. Digital Volume 1 by the fantastic Rich Watkins and the whole team here. So this is a trade paperback, which I believe is issue 1 to 5. Yeah, 1 to 5 of digital. We are massive fans of Rich and the digital series, and this was an absolute no-brainer to pick this up. So if you are interested in picking this up, then just go to Rich's Instagram and he'll be able to sort you out. Or if you search like digital CBS on Facebook,
yes,
you should be able to find them there. Highly recommend this. I'm just looking for a little bit of time when I'm not doing bloody websites to be able to sit down with a nice coffee and enjoy this. But that's my first pickup. Have you opened that box yet, Tom?
I do. Cool. Do you want me to do one at a time?
Yeah, go on. How many have you got? 3?
Yeah, 2. So as you can see, this is how it comes from Slab Crusaders. So he sends it in a massive ass box, so it's nice and protected, and then they come in their own little individual boxes too. Very, very cool stuff.
Nice. I see you still trying to get rid of those labels. To be fair.
The pink ones.
Yeah, I told them off about his sticky labels
because they're shy.
They're a bit sticky. You just ripped that open. Look at the guns. Just
nice. Do a power bomb.
Do a power bomb. Yeah, great. So is that issue number 1? Yeah.
Issue 1, mate. Yeah.
Nice.
Boom.
9.8.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Silver pen. Silver ring.
Silver pen.
Yeah. Nice.
That looks wicked. That's
nice.
phenomenal read. Phenomenal.
Do you know what? It
read.
doesn't actually do it any justice to the computer because that silver really pops.
Yeah, it's
Does it?
Real tops, yeah.
That's smart. That.
And if you want to
Sauce
find out
Tom?
what Tom thought of Do a Powerbomb, head over to our website and you can read his review.
Nice.
Great
Nice.
segue there, Tom. Great
Nice.
segue.
Great
I like
segue,
that.
well
mate.
done. Perfectly done.
I can't see.
Don't look at the grade.
So I was trying to see which way to open it.
So James has just said to us,
Optimus.
out of the 7 I sent in, he ignored everything I asked him to do. Cool.
Legend.
Want to win a chicken dinner?
Go on then.
Stunning.
What have we got?
Boom.
9.6, not too bad.
Oh, 9.6. I don't know why I went to look at it then because I could see on the screen. I would be fuming because Peters was a 9.8.
Very cool. That's lush.
Yeah,
Lovely
that looks
cover
like
as well,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
It is.
Very,
right.
very chuffed with both of those.
Yeah.
And now I've got some extra boxes for packing.
Right. Have you anything else to show off, Tom? Was that you?
No, that's it, mate. Just those two.
Nice.
Nice
That's all
one,
I've got
mate.
this week.
Nice one, mate.
Point.
This is the one I was looking forward to the most.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because
That's awesome.
like we've discussed, Do a Powerbomb is probably one of my favorite comics of the modern era.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to getting that signed.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Enjoy. Right,
I've got some.
no, Peter. Whoa.
Go on, Peter.
Well, hold your fire.
Age before beauty, Pete. Age before beauty.
I'm
Go
going
on,
to show
boy.
some raw books, and then I'm going to show some slabs.
Rob.
Raw books. I didn't show this off last week, or did I? It's the
Oh, was
Bisley.
it? Was that with the 20,000 cards that we sat through? No? Or is that something different?
Do you guys hear something? I don't.
We're still going through those cards. That video hasn't ended yet, Charlie. This is just a break.
Wait a minute. Peter went and bought a set of them after I had done that.
Peter has no restraint. No restraint
Yeah,
at all.
no street at all.
Coincidentally, out of that box, I got 3 full sets of those cards, and I get 4 Todd McFarlane cards, which are off to get graded at PSA.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
Yeah, I sent the 4 of them to get graded.
Nice.
So this is Bisley's scrapbook. So this is Simon Bisley, whose artwork I really, really enjoy. I picked this up from Hobgoblin's Hideaway's Whatnot.
Nice.
So big shout out to those guys. This was just
Not
a
his
pure
most
cover
recent artwork, though. We had an my eyes last week that was
Yeah,
so.
band. Do you know what?
Me too.
Do you know what? See, whenever that came up, I was like, "How dare you get that?" But then I was like, "Yeah, I can kind of see it."
To be fair, though, I like Bisley's artwork,
Nice.
and I actually think he's all right.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's great. I just picked this up just for the sheer nonsense
Never heard
of
of
it.
that.
Jurassic
Jurassic
Jerk,
Jerk.
Dinosaurs for Hire, parody book, guys. 50 pence well
It's
spent.
not,
What can I
it's
say?
not an Umbaba book, is it? That Charlie normally buys, is it?
He wishes it was an Umbaba book. Yeah.
Baba.
I love myself a free comic book day book, and I always try to get the early stuff. And this one came up for sale. And Tank Girl, you guys familiar with Tank Girl?
Yeah.
Excellent, absolutely brilliant stuff. And this was sort of stamped, so I was happy to pick that up. Again, it was only like £1 or something like that. So
I think Jay Scott did a cover for a Tank Girl book.
yeah, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap
No.
at all for that
Okay.
book.
None
A
of them
little
are now.
Evil Ernie Ashcan
Nice.
book. This is Straight to Hell #1 prologue with Lady Death features in it. Again, cheapest chips for this. Don't know if it's worth anything, but this one I do know is probably worth a little bit. This is Incredible Hulk 441.
Nice.
So I have the newsstand version of this, which has the way you can tell is obviously with this, but here it's £1 or $1.50,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you know it's a newsstand. So I wanted to pick up the direct
Nice.
version as well.
Cool.
A couple of Jock Batman books that I got through Slab Crusaders, and this one.
Are they
Oh,
foil?
nice, I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yep, they're foil. Yeah, gold foil.
Nice. I like those.
And then I got a signed Jock book. This was a Midtown comic exclusive that he done.
What is that for?
Hmm?
Is that for Batman?
That is for. Was this not like for like the Dark Knight? Was that not like the Dark Knight series?
I like that
Maybe.
cover made.
Yeah, it's
Very
wicked.
cool.
Yeah.
Along with the graphic novel that I got for digital, Rich also sent me the cards.
Oh, wicked, man.
Oh, cool.
Set-
Yeah.
You're
set
cool.
of trading cards that you get as well. So I got some slabs as well. So I picked this up on one of the Facebook groups. Someone was selling it, and this is the second time I've had this book.
Nice.
Okay.
The first time I picked it up, it had loads of what do you call them, Newton rings.
Newton rings, yeah.
So I sold that off, and I picked this up, and this was a no-brainer. It was a really good price. Packaging was phenomenal by the person that sold it. So big up to them.
Good.
Again, another Slab Crusaders purchase was Thundercats. Peter, I know that you got this as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember when this was first solicited that we all thought it was a white cover?
A white cover, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we realised it was gold, we were kind of like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was about to cancel, and James showed me the raw copies, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Slab.
It's
It's
cool.
very, very sexy. I've got the black foil version as well. I'm going
I decided against it.
Is
and
that
now
black
I'm
with red?
gutted. Yeah, I decided
did you
against it. Yeah, I didn't. I
Did
was
you?
like, oh, yeah.
It's nice.
So I'm gutted. Oh, well.
One more book to show, and then we're over to Peter. So I alluded to this in my Instagram post. But as I said, James was kind enough to come and drop off all the books and stuff that I got, but he also gave me the opportunity to pick up this slab. And I think this is probably testament to the quality of the slabs and the books that you get through James and Slab Crusaders, because I think he has like a 96% conversion rate for at least 9.8. But every so often, you'll get a gem mint 10.
Get a 10.
That's
So
insane.
whenever this became available, it obviously ticked all the boxes. It's a jock cover, jock written story, and it's a gem mint 10, which I've never seen before. I've never held in my hand before. So big up to James, and thank you so much.
How
for
do you get that? Like,
Massive.
I mean, like, how do they process that? Because obviously, it's got to come straight off the line into a CGC to even, because obviously, you never had anything touch it. That's
And
mad.
I
love that.
I believe in the same batch that you got, there was another 2 10s.
Oh wow!
And one was
And a black
one was
cover.
Yeah.
One was the 1 in 25 cover.
Yeah.
As well, the Peach Momoko cover.
But
So-
that is just the quality you can get from
Sexy.
Slab Crusaders. Like
Yeah,
that's the quality you can get from
absolutely.
Slab Crusaders. And if in James's Facebook group, if he turns around and says that he doesn't think these comics are going to be 9.8s, he's very honest about it. So
Yeah.
honesty is fantastic. Like Slab Crusaders, we can shout to the cows come home. It's fantastic, always great. And as Andy's just shown, you can get a 10 gem mint. Bloody hell. And as Martin has just said, slab porn.
Stunning.
Yes, it
Absolutely
is.
stunning.
Oh, James has actually said 3 times 10s and 6 9.9s.
Oh,
That's
there we go.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
wow, yes. So, Peter, you've been sitting there quietly. What's
Sorry,
Um,
Peter.
No, I wrote some great books. Yeah, I'll rapidly go through some of these. Pick this up. This is the hardback of Something That's Killing the Children, volume number 2.
Is that the one that's
So
missing
look-
16 issues?
yeah. It's just blank pages. No, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. I love the smell of a new book.
Please
So, yeah.
don't get into it now.
Yeah. I've already got a CGC copy of this, but this came up on an internet page that I follow, and I had to get another copy. This is Adam, Legend of the Blue
Nice.
Marvel, number 1.
You love that book, Peter.
I love it. This is a stunning copy. I think this is a 9.8.
How many covers are there? How many copies of that do you have?
Well, and this is only my second copy. I've had a copy before that I sold.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
I've got a 9.6.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
I've got a
great
9.6. But but this is I think this has got a lot of legs. This is a bit of a nice key first appearance, minor key.
Nice.
Anybody know
Right.
who this one is?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Marvel Boy who becomes Quasar. But yeah, so a nice little book to get a hold of. I had to get issue 2 of that because I got the first issue a little while ago. This is Transformers, the animated movie. Next, I got these were from Tim, our pal Tim. He did some mystery boxes, so I'll just rapidly go through these because I'm like for mystery boxes. It's like crack cocaine. I can't help myself. The idea what that is.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. That's Street Fighter. To the man with the red hand.
Yeah.
Some boobies. That's nice.
Nice.
I like that one.
Nice.
Some bums.
Nice.
Nice
Nice
bums.
dog.
Nice bums. That one's quite nice. I like that. That's Deadpool number 1. Bit of Psylocke action.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That
Nice.
one. Boily, sexy, shiny goodness.
Wow, David Nakayama.
David
that is
Nakayama.
incredible.
That's a nice one.
That's
I
amazing.
don't know what that is. Kilmore
That is
number
Tyler
1.
Kirkham. Tyler
Yeah.
Kirkham, lovely. Yeah.
Kilmore, was that the one where the little old lady was knocking people over and stuff? I think it was very cool.
Yeah.
Was that
Yes,
Kilmore?
that was it. Yeah.
And then a Moon Knight, which is quite nice. But I interviewed all over on my channel a lovely guy who I think is a friend of Tom's, a guy called Livio Ramandelli.
Oh, yes.
Does some
Lovely.
artwork. Yeah, really nice bloke. I asked him for a commission, so I
Peter's
asked him
been
for.
practicing his name for
I have. I can't normally
You
say it.
notice the way
She's gonna say-
Livio
Did you notice
Ramandelli.
he nonchalantly just said his name as if
Sexy.
it's nothing to me, but he's been practicing that.
I've been practicing all day at work. That's why I'm late. Let me. Yeah. So yeah, I got a commission. Got a commission from him, and it's a rather sexy Prime versus
That's
Megatron.
stunning, mate.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
that's
incredible.
amazing. That's on the new version, new book.
Yeah. Now I really like that, but I did ask him for a second commission, which I think is even pecking sexier. And this is on an old copy of an IDW
The older
book.
copy's got better paper.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool.
yes.
And I think
Pete,
that's
can I?
absolutely
That is
stunning.
fucking incredible. Can I just be? What would one of them set you back?
This was. I want to say 230 or something like that.
For both.
For both.
No, each.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. He's gone up in price.
Tasty.
Yeah.
I think I might be doing him a disservice. I'd have to go and have a look. But yeah,
That is
I thought it was
amazing.
stunning.
That's-
the artwork, the Grimlock is just
Did-
friggin'
It's
amazing.
just the flames on their own.
Did you get your DVD? Remember you were saying you were going
Yeah,
to
he signed my DVD for us and sent it back as well, so that was really cool.
Nice. Oh,
Mate.
cool.
Livio's amazing. He's one of the nicest chaps.
Yeah.
I had,
But
I had him on the show years ago when we first, and he was incredible then.
Yeah,
like,
such
he
a
was
nice
just such a nice guy.
So my question I'm going to do then is, I don't know whether to send this to CBCS and just get it with an art label, or to wait and see what CGC do in terms of grading artwork, because at the moment they'll verify the signature, but
I'd wait.
there's something funny going on with the art. Yeah,
I'd
so I might
wait,
just
mate,
hang
because I
fire.
think they'll eventually have to do it, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to do with all my sketch covers,
Yeah,
which I will be
yeah.
showing on my Instagram at some point.
Yeah.
I've got an amazing Livio. Yours are better, but I've got a good Livio.
As Martin's just said here, have you seen the Jim Lee commission prices
seen
for
it.
San Diego? Oh, it's ridiculous. 35 grand for a full art.
Yeah.
That's not even ridiculous. If you can
Mate,
pay for it, pay
Listen,
for it.
he's,
If you can't,
he's
you
making
can't.
his money. That's the thing, and
Yeah.
I think at those prices it makes the pieces even more special because
Yeah.
not everybody can afford them. But what if he opened it up as like you could do like a raffle or something like that, so that us common folk could like get an opportunity to own something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything signed by or sketched on by Jim Lee, and I like to kind of tick off my favourite artists and stuff like that. So I have been having a look on good old eBay. There's a phenomenal copy of X-Men #1. Do you know the obviously the classic that he did?
Yeah.
And it's got a Magneto head sketch on it, which is just breathtaking. But it's up for, I think it's 1,100. I just kind of justify.
No.
Do it.
But how about Peter? Why don't you do a crowdfunder for yourself and like get people to help you out and be
Sad
like, look,
face,
everyone,
buy me.
yeah, everyone that enjoys Peter's content and goes on his channel, just send him 50 pence. We'll soon get there.
Exactly.
But can you imagine and just as they do that, they send 50 pence towards his fund. They then go to his next one, which is his room tour.
Yeah.
yeah.
James has just said, Pete, yeah, they won't verify.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yet. I think Tom's right.
Yeah.
I think there's changes.
I think it'd be a yet, yeah.
Yeah. So with that, guys, it's been an amazing marathon show. It's been nearly 2 hours. I think when you just sit there and you talk comics and you just have a laugh with your mates every single Thursday night, time just gets away. But it's been enjoyable. Absolutely love spending time with you. Thanks to every new person and old person that has joined the chat week in, week out. Hopefully you stay around for the content. We've got lots more planned for you. Killer Comic Show every single week. We've got Peter's channel every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can also find him at Tesco's. He's on Club Cards. He's on everything. So you can definitely check him out on Nectar as well. And then head over to the website. If you do want to post a review, let us know. You can get your review up on there. Get us over on Instagram and all social platforms. Guys, I think I've said it all in one breath. If anyone else wants to say anything, let me know before I do the wave. And breathe. There we go. So yes, DVH has said, always a pleasure, lads. Cheers. And James has said 2 hours, 800 balls bagged. Thanks for the entertainment, folks. And Deadman, nighty night. Have a good weekend. You put down the phone. No, I'll put down the phone. You go. I'll go. Bye bye.
I read
Stay
that
safe.
boards as balls.